If you are tired of doing the same thing over and over and not getting any results, then you are going to want to listen into this video, because I'm going to talk about how to change your life in 90 days and give you 6 solid tips that I swear by, that I have learned, and that I will continue to implement, because I know we all want to enter 2025 knocking it out the park, okay? From January, February, and March. We're going to kill Q1, and I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to do this together, okay? So if you are new here, hey girl, hey, my name is Jocelyn, and I'm the founder of Maximize Money, where I teach women how to create their dream lives with their 9-to-5 income so that they can do more of what they love without trading their time for it and going deeper into debt for it. And I don't know about y'all, but everybody got this new energy. They want to do great things. Baby, you watching this on January 1st. So we're going to start the year great so that we can see it fully through and end it well. So let's just jump into it. How to change your life in 90 days with these 6 solid tips. Number 1, choose the one thing that you want to accomplish in 3 areas of your life. Not 5, not 10, not 20. One thing in 3 core areas. So what does that look like in theory? For me, business is a huge core area. If I haven't already monetized my channel by now, that's going to be the thing that I focus on, because I know that I find a lot of great people through my YouTube channel. People find me through my YouTube channel, and I know that I want to get the word out there. And so what that means is I have to break down what it means to actually reach that one thing, reach that one goal for this one component of my business, which is my YouTube channel. So that may mean I need to do some competitive research. That may mean I need to set a, recording schedule. That may mean I need to do some research on tags and just different ways to kind of show up for my audience. And I'm going to do that, okay? Because I've already hit my number from a subscriber perspective, but I want to hit it from a watch time perspective. So I want to create stuff that you all actually enjoy. So while I have you, baby, let me know in the comments what kind of content you like to see from me. Do you want to see, some debt payoff stuff, some saving more, like how to maximize your bag from your 9-to-5? You tell me, okay? Because I'm here to serve you. So let me know what kind of topics you'd like me to cover. Even if it's not financial and I can find a way to kind of make it kind of financial, I'm willing to do that. But yeah, I want to create stuff that my audience actually needs. I know my audience very well, but I believe in building things together. So that would be one example. Another example outside of business could be my health, okay? I have fibroids like the majority of women, okay? Unfortunately, not majority. I hope the majority of women don't have fibroids. But a lot of women have them, unfortunately. And when I found out, I was low-key, not devastated, but I was just like, how are y'all finding this at my big age? But then I learned that you can develop them, They can always pop up. They can go away. You can get a surgery and they can come back up. Thankfully, I'm not at a point where I need a surgery, but I know that I have to stay on top of my health, which means I do not drink a lot. I drink, okay? I don't drink like I used to. But I love me a good cocktail, baby. I love me a good glass of Prosecco. I love me a good margarita, okay? But I also recognize that having those drinks on the regular, all it does is just inflame my fibroids. Eating a lot of processed foods, it just inflames my fibroids, and my doctor be on my case. Every time I go see her, I have to see her twice a year now, they got bigger. And then she look at me. She don't say those words. She says it much more pleasant, but she a black OBG, okay? So, last time I went to her, my weight had decreased, but the fibroids increased. And so, obviously, I was doing something right, but I was still doing something wrong. And so, she started asking me about what I consume in my day-to-day. And I'm just like, first of all, mind your business. But I have to tell her. And so, by the end of that, she had a printout, a freaking list of things that basically inflame the fibroids and things that can help, not combat them, but I guess essentially reduce them. And so I had already been doing my own research on that. There was one day when I was hella stressed because she was like, if you don't do nothing, you're gonna have to do a surgery. And I was just like, I don't want to do that because my mom did it. One of my best friends did it. And I was just like, I don't want to go that route. I know how tough it was for them. And so I'm like, let me approach this holistically. And so now I just am clear on the stuff that does help and does not help. And I've got rid of a lot of stuff in my diet. And so now I just try to eat the same things over and over and kind of adjust it from time to time, but like you have to be kind of cognizant. I'm much more cognizant. I could go weeks without alcohol now. Not saying I was addicted, baby. I'm not addicted. Some people are addicted. I could go weeks. I have gone a month without liquor. I don't know if I can do 2 months, but I have gone a month, and I don't eat eggs. Like eggs were impacting it. What else did I have to get rid of? Baby girl, let me know if y'all want me to do a video on that. Hopefully not, but fibroids impacts a lot of your life. And I just was like, I want to go back next year, or technically we are in the new year, but I want to go back in a couple of months. And she'd be like, girl, they done shrunk. And I could praise the Lord for that, okay? So that is what, I mean from a focused perspective. I'm moving my body. I'm hitting my 10K steps. I'm eating like whole foods. Majority, I still be having my little snacks, okay? I still have my, I'm a little more lax on the weekends, but my weekdays, like the majority of what I consume is like whole food. And so that's been helping me, and I feel like it helps with my cycle. It helps with my skin. Like when I don't eat bad, it shows up on my face. Or when I don't eat well, it shows up on my face. So yeah, I try to eat well because I don't like having bad skin, okay? So that's what I mean by choosing one thing. So let me know in the comments what your one thing will be. Let me know what the category of your life is. Is it business? Is it professional, meaning your job? Is it health? Is it, your relationship? Is it your friendships? Is it self? Let me know what it is, and let me know what that one kind of goal is, so that I can root for you, and we can come back to this in 90 days and see where we stand. Number two on how to change your life in 90 days. The second tip is to create a routine. So for me, I kind of already spoke to, the fibroids and shrinking my fibroids. Ultimately, that's the one thing. Yeah, I want to lose weight. Yeah, my birthday, it ain't coming up, child. But every year I go somewhere for my birthday. So like I'm thinking vanity, but I'm thinking like health primarily, because as you get older, health care becomes more expensive and more issues be arising. And so I don't want to be walking into my 40s on a struggle bus. I want to be light. I want to be airy. I want to be a baddie. You feel me? A fine, rich auntie, okay? And I want to be here to enjoy those things. And so what my routine looks like, as an example, my morning routine. I wake up, I pray, I read my Bible. I'm more of a story. I can remember a story more than I can remember a scripture. And I used to try to force myself to remember a bunch of scriptures, but like, I can remember the story of, the book of Jeremiah. Like I was reading that heavily, all of like Q4, because it's like 50 some chapters in there. But anyway, I can remember that. I can remember the story of Joseph. I can remember stories. And so, just reading my Bible and reading one chapter a day helps. I then log into my computer to do some work for my business, because I feel like I'm most sharp in the morning. And so this is, starting at 5 a.m. So I'm at my computer by like 5:40-ish, and I'm working until like 7. And then I work out from 7 to 8, and then I make breakfast from 8 to 8:30-ish. I shower from 8:30 to 9, and I'm logged into my work computer to do actual work. And so what I'm sacrificing is sleep, baby. But I've had to change my whole day and my whole night to ensure that I'm up, that I'm sharp, and that I'm getting the things done that I need to get done. So that's what I mean by like having a routine. That's my routine. I can eat a healthy, relaxed breakfast. I can not rush into working. Like I can shower, like I can move my body, try to hit my 10K before freaking 9 a.m. Like that's the goal, 10K before 10 a.m. Because sometimes I'll be logging in around 9:15, it just depends on how late I woke up. But I'm working on like my 5 a.m.s are getting more and more sharp. Some days I'll be slugging, but for the most part, I'm seeing progress. Slow progress is better than no progress, baby. So 2 is to create a routine. Let me know what your routine, let me know what your morning routine looks like, because I'm always looking for new ideas, baby. I just be looking at a lot of other people's routines and tips, and I try to adapt to what's most relevant for me. But I'm always down, like, this is a community, baby. Let me know what's working for you, because it may be working, it may work for me, okay? So while you're here, like, comment, subscribe, join the gang, okay? The Maximize Money gang. I love it here. You gonna love it here too. The third thing that will help you to change your life in 90 days is to learn to say no, y'all. Like, I cannot emphasize how important it is for you to say no. Say no to the random happy hour request. Say no to the brunch when it ain't even in your budget. Say no to the trip. And I'm not saying to say no all the time, but I get inundated. Like, I have one of my good friends. This is my dog. Like, she is a last minute planner. She is a last minute planner. That's one of my favorite people to travel with. But she don't be wanting to commit to nothing until weeks before. And I'm like, girl, like, doing that forces us to pay the highest of the high. And I'm a money girl. I don't want to pay $2,000 when I could have paid $1,000 by booking it earlier, you know? So, like, she has been begging me to take a trip with her since October of 2024, baby. And I said, no, baby, Q4, I'm sitting down. I got a lot coming up. I got to pay my property taxes. I got to pay my HOA fee. My credit card annual renewals coming. Like, too much stuff is hitting on top of Christmas. Though I'm not doing much for Christmas, but I can't be taking no trip at this time of the year. I just can't, because it's too much going out and not enough coming in, because my salary ain't changed, child. So I've had to say no. Has that stopped her from asking? No, it has not. But my answer hasn't changed. So the more you flex that no muscle, I said that in another video. The more my 7 habits to leave in 2024, I'm going to pop that up on the screen. The more you say no, the easier it becomes. I'm telling you, learn to say no to people that no longer fit your, environment. Learn to say no to people who are toxic. Learn to say no to things that are going to push you away from the things that you need to be focused on. Because if I say yes to happy hour after happy hour, brunch to brunch, that's more money that I'm spending on something that I could be spending on other things. That's time that I could have been working on my business that I'm spending with friends who I love, every reaction, what they say? They be like, every reaction garners a reaction. I don't know what they say, but essentially, if you say yes to one thing, that means you're saying no to something else. And my friends know that I'm in a season of building my business. That's a huge priority for me. That don't mean I'm working around the clock. I get my sleep, okay? But I dedicate at least 2 hours every day to my business. I know my core areas of focus in the business. There's only 3 core areas in the business right now, because I don't want to be like anybody else. My lane is my lane. God has ordained and he's ordering my steps. And so I can clap for other people, but know that this is what I'm focused on. Let me keep my head down and get it done. So with that comes a lot of no's, because I need to be in the position, I need to be prepared to say yes to the things that align with the vision that God has given me for my business, but ultimately for my life, So learn to say no, y'all. Just keep saying it. It gets easier. I'm telling you, it gets easier. So that's another tip. Another tip on how to change your life in 90 days, which is number 4, is share your goals to gain accountability. It is so important to share your goals. Not with everybody. Like, I don't be on Instagram telling y'all my goals. I don't be on none of these. I don't even be on YouTube. I share a few little goals, but for the most part, I'm so protective of the vision that God has given me that, like, I can count on one hand how many people know exactly what I want to do holistically. Like, probably 2 people. Like, honestly, it's 2 people who know the full gamut of what I want to do from a business perspective. And I'm okay with that, because I know that when they give me feedback, when I share things with them, they understand the full picture. I trust them. We have a level of emotional matureness that they understand. They also are building their businesses. I feel like sometimes I used to try to share it with my friends and family that don't do business. Like, they rooting for me, but like ultimately, like, they don't know what it is to build something from the ground up. So I can seek them for support, but like the day-to-day, the strategy, the structure, like, I go to my 2 sort of accountability partners to do that. And I'm thankful, because I feel like the more people you have in your ear, the more confused you get, and the more you feel like you don't know what to do. And that's not what I want. And so for me, I'm open to their thoughts and their feedback, but the vision will always stay the same, which is another reason why I don't like seek venture capital, because so many people have told me I should, like, but that means I have to give a portion of the business away. And I'm so, it's like my child. Like, I can't give my child away. I don't care if it's an hour that you get with them. I don't want to give that to you either. Okay. So I have to share my goals with people that will help me stay accountable. And in my financial sort of transformation journey, I've talked a lot about how I paid off over $80,000 in debt. I've talked about the struggle it was to purchase my first home. I've talked about moving back home to like make a lot of these things shake. I've talked about being laid off and how that truly opened my eyes to how horrible I was managing my money. I've talked about the challenges, but I've also talked about the wins. You know, I am generating over $20,000 in annual passive income through investing. I'm earning, you know, how much am I earning on a monthly basis? I'm earning about $220. No, what am I earning? With my high yield savings account, I'm earning over $200 every month for doing nothing but just saving the money. Like, I have so many videos on the wins as well because I need you to see the full scope. This didn't happen overnight. It was essentially 5 years in the making to get me to where I'm at this point, I'm not probably like year 8, but like it wasn't until 2020, probably 2020, that I really was like, boom, let me get my affairs in order. Like, no, that's when I felt like my affairs were in order. Like, I knew what my money was doing. I knew what was coming. I knew what I wanted it to do. I knew that I wanted to make work optional, okay? All of this is to make work optional. All the money I make from my business and a good chunk of the money that I make from my job is going towards my FU fund, which means that one day I'm going to choose not to work. That day ain't no time soon unless God has other plans for me. But, like, I am so adamant on like sticking to the vision. The vision is to make work optional. I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it and have the money to do it. I don't want to have to beg no employer. I don't want to have to beg no client. I don't want to have to beg nobody to live my life because I made smart money moves with the money that I have. So I'm making smart money moves with my job. I'm maxing out my 401k. I'm maxing out my Roth IRA. I'm maxing out my HSA. And the HSA and the 401k both have matches on my job, which means that my company matches whatever I contribute up to a certain percentage. That's free money. I talk so much with my girls in my private community on why they need to maximize that, because a lot of them feel like they don't want to have that money taken out of their account, out of their paycheck. And I get it because that was me in the very beginning. But you gonna pay now or you gonna pay later, but you gonna pay, you know? You don't want to be the 60-year-old on your job working alongside 20 and 30-year-olds. And that's what a lot of people do because they don't want to put aside money now for their future. And so I'm a big advocate of high yield savings accounts. I have it automated from my company to my high yield savings account because I don't even want to risk it. Now, sometimes I may need to dip in there if things need to be paid for. Like, I had just paid my HOA. That was nearly $1,500. But I felt good knowing that I had already set aside the money because I know after being a homeowner for all these years, I'm going to have to pay this thing at the end of the year. So it ain't no shock to me anymore. The thing that shocks me is that it goes up every year and y'all ain't doing nothing about it. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note, you know? So, like, you have to, like, get around people that are looking to do what you want to do or that have already done what you wanted to do. And so a lot of the girls find me because of my debt. You know, me telling my story, paying off debt. The girls find me because I talk about how to travel on a budget. You know, luxury travel, airport lounges, 5-star resorts, free flights. Like, I talk about that all the time. And the girls are like, well, shoot, how you do that? You know? And so I just turned it into content, which turned into a business. And so I have my private community for the women that desire the same kind of outcomes that I do. They want to make work optional. They want to be able to spend time with their families and not stress over money. They want to make money without trading their time for it. You know, passive income, investments. They want to know that they have money set aside if it shits the fan, if they get laid off, if they get into a car accident. Like, these are the things that I talk about. Money moves. We do this over the course of 12 months, okay? It is launching. I'm actually launching it this month, and it's not going to be a private launch, but I've already reached out to a few select women that I've already worked with in the past. But if you are interested, just comment community below, and I will reach out to you on Instagram or on TikTok to give you the details. It's not something I'm doing publicly. Like, I'm hand selecting women who are serious about seeing a different life for themselves in 365 days. Essentially, it's a community, and we go through a transformation over the course of 365 days. Each month has a different focus. 1 month could be debt. 1 month could be mindset. 1 month can be saving. 1 month is investing at your job. Another month is investing outside of your job. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about estate planning, which you definitely need to pay attention to, especially if you are a parent, baby. I'm not even a parent, and I'm thinking seriously about my estate plan. I've already started the process because I know, God forbid something happens, I want to make sure that my house goes to my family. I want to make sure that all of my investments go to my godson, to my family. Like, you want to make sure that there's a plan for your life when you are no longer here. And we don't know when our last days are, not to sound morbid, but that is why there's a dedicated month to that. Like, we talk about traveling on a budget. Like, I talk about the different ways that I'm able to get these free flights, you know, like, it's so detailed because I pour mine all into it, and that's why I can't have everybody in there. It's a small group of us, and again, it is launching. It's January. This baby is about to launch in a couple of weeks, and so if you're interested, please comment below or reach out to me directly on Instagram or TikTok. Let me know where you came from, which is this video, and I'm happy to share more information. But we are getting started, and we're not playing, okay? We holding each other accountable. We collecting these wins, and our life is going to look completely different in 365 days, which is, you know, December. So don't play. December of 2025, which is what I mean. So if you want to be a part of the community, a like-minded community where you can talk about, you know, money, you know, and freely talk about it, have a safe space, a non-judgmental space, and be around women that desire that same freedom that you do, financially, mentally, emotionally, all the leads, then you want to make sure that you are part of my private community. It is called Money Girl Collective. I'm so excited to launch in a couple of weeks because this has been a labor of love. But the feedback that I've gotten from my girls already just lets me know that this is in alignment, and I have been praying on this for months, okay? I just know that it's going to help you the way that I wish it. I had something like this when I was going through my financial transformation. Like, I would have loved to have a community where we met on the regular, where we talked about money, and there was no shame associated with it, you know? So for me, I'm going to be doing a lot. I'll be meeting with my girls, you know, on a monthly basis, but I'll also have other experts come in, people that are in my financial sort of, not community, but like, I'm having my investment advisor come in because I manage a lot of my investments, but he manages a lot of it as well. I'll have my real estate agent come in. Like, it's levels to this because I believe in community, and I believe that everybody is an expert at something. And so I'm not going to talk about everything, but you'll have direct access to my people who I trust, okay? I have personally worked and vetted these people. So just know you're going to get the real from them the same way you get it from me. So get around some people that can hold you accountable, you know, where you can share your goals, share your challenges, and know that they're going to push you to keep going. The fifth tip on how to change your life in 90 days is to limit your time on social media. I have a whole video, y'all, on how social media is keeping you broke. I'm going to pop that up on the screen because it was a good one. I got a lot of good feedback from that. And we don't realize how much social media is impacting our mental. You may feel like, yeah, I'm confident, I don't really be tripping. But between influencing, between the ads, between everybody only highlighting their highlight reels, like, you really don't know what people are doing. You don't know who's really carrying debt. You don't know who living at home with their mom. And I'm not judging because I lived at home with my mom for 2 years, okay? But I had a plan. Some people move back home with their parents and don't even do nothing. They just act like they kids again and just blow their money on trips and clothes and bags and shoes. And it's just like, well, why did you move? Why did you move back home? If you just go blow your money, like, wasn't the goal to get your money in a better place? Like, these are things we talk about in the community. Like, we hold each other accountable because I know I have clients that have done that, assuming that it's going to make them better, but they didn't have that level of accountability, which is why the community was perfect. It's like, well, girl, you told us you was going to be there for 2 years. It's been 3. What's up? Like, that's the kind of talk we have. And you need that tough love sometimes. And you need people that's going to hold you accountable. But also, you need to maintain and protect your mental health. And so social media is real to a certain extent, but for the most part, a lot of that stuff y'all seeing on there ain't real. It is aesthetics. It is, you know, it's not giving what y'all think is giving. A lot of these people who y'all think is killing it and got hella money and taking all these trips is living on credit, carrying around debt, living at home, scamming and scheming. I don't do that. I don't want that for y'all. I build my whole brand around integrity, character, and at the end of the day, I want God to be pleased with me. So I'm never gonna get over on nobody, and I don't want nobody to get over on me. So limit your time on social media and take everything you see on there with a grain of salt. You'll know what's real and what's not if you really start to practice and pray for discernment. Like, for me, I constantly pray for discernment. I pray that God open my eyes to everything, everybody, because I don't want to be, you know, distracted, and I don't want to feel like I want what somebody else has because I don't really know what they have to do to get it. Okay? So limit your time on social media, and I'm telling you, your game gonna change. You're gonna end up creating more. Even if that's not a business, you're gonna maybe create better routines. You're gonna create a better system. You're gonna create better relationships, you know, instead of just consuming. Like, create over consume. I don't know who said that, but it stuck with me. And I'm a huge advocate of creating over consuming. You know, I still consume. I'll be on there kikiing with y'all, but like, I don't be on there as much as I used to, and I'm thankful for that. The final tip on how to change your life in 90 days is to track your progress. Of course, y'all didn't think I was gonna forget that. Track your progress. I have started tracking my progress in many areas. One, from a health perspective, I weigh myself every day, which is not healthy. That's something I gotta get out of. I'm gonna do my best, but I weigh myself every morning. I do, and I know that's not healthy. But another better healthy habit is I've started tracking my metrics for my business. I was doing it loosely. I didn't have an actual routine, but now I track my numbers. I have a dedicated like folder on my computer where I'm tracking my social metrics. I'm tracking my emails. I'm tracking my website visits. I'm tracking my downloads. I'm tracking my YouTube. And again, I used to do that. It was a rough process, but now I actually do it more serious. Shout out to Bree, one of my accountability partners. I love you, sis. She is so good with like organization, with like balance, with like having a plan for what you want to do. And we still do have many conversations where I'll share a goal with her and she's like, okay, how do you plan on making it happen? And I'm like, that's a great question. So you want to have people that hold you accountable. I struggle with productivity. I'm be honest, I'm not perfect. Now, when it comes to my money, I'm on it. That's why I have a whole money brand, you know, but when it comes to my day-to-day and maximizing my time, like, I be leaning on her and she leans on me with her money questions because we are experts at different things, you know? So I have started tracking my progress so I can actually share if brands reach out to me like, okay, I'm doing this, you know. I also share it from like a partnerships perspective. I do have a lot of partnerships that I've worked on in the past, and so I like to share that with them as well when I'm doing outreach or when they reach out to me. Like, having my numbers helps me to, number one, have my proof that what I'm doing is actually helping and providing impact, but two, so that I can see what's working well and what's not and make iterations moving forward. And so now all I have to do is just plug in the numbers. The way that I plug in my numbers with my spending plan, the spending plan that's for free is available to download in the description. I'm tracking my business metrics, and this has helped me so much because sometimes you feel like you're not really killing it, and baby, you killing it. As long as you see a 1% increase in betterment, you killing it. So I track everything. I'm tracking my business metrics. I track my health. I track my net worth. I track my investments. That's how I know that I'm generating over $20,000 in annual passive income, because I'm tracking it, and I'm tracking those things outside of my weight. And I told you I shouldn't be doing that every day. But everything else I track on a monthly basis, and that's helped me to say, "Ooh, girl, you did too much here," or "No, you killed it here. Look at you!" Like, clap for yourself, okay? So that's all. I hope that this was helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Let me know which one of these you plan to sort of lock in on over these next 90 days. And let me know, again, what your big goal is that you want to accomplish by the end of these 90 days, or make some progress in. Comment below so I can cheer you on. We can root for each other, and we can share ideas. I'm always open to new ways of doing things, so please share that below in the comments as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. If I haven't monetized already, I am very close, but thank you guys so much. I am well over 1K. I'm so thankful that you guys see value. I hope that this has helped you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm going to continue to ask that. I don't care. I'm not too proud to beg. That's how I got to where I'm at now, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.